we love talking about the Morgan Dollar series. It's the classic Wild West coin. But there's one mint mark that gets all of our interest.
And that is true. That mint mark is the Carson City.
And tonight we have one of the last Carson cities ever struck by the U.S. Mint. That would be 1892. Now, all the coins that we have available tonight are all hand-selected, circulated coins. These are actual coins that circulated in the Wild West over 130 years ago. Beautiful obverse and that beautiful CC mint mark on the reverse.
Now, the Carson City Mint, they only made 13 coins in the entire Morgan Dollar series that started in 1878, went until 1904, and then once again in 1921. They only made 13 coins in the entire series. Very small facility, low output, some low mintage figures. Now, most of you are familiar with the GSA hoard that they found and they made available to the public. But the coins out of the GSA hoard from the Carson City Mint, they only had 1878 through 1885. There were no later years discovered in that GSA hoard, especially no 1892s.
So again, when you find an 1892, the numbers stand out. Now, the GSA hoard is all about silver that was left in the U.S. Mint's vaults after silver goes through and out of circulation. And the silver dollars that were there were then made available to the American public through newspaper ads, etc. 5 or 6 sales through the early 1970s. And it brought the popularity of Carson City to its outright height. But, as you referenced, Ali, there were no 1892s found there. So the only 1892s that you see today are vintage coins that actually circulated. Somebody was a steward, kept the coin, set it aside, passed it down generation to generation to generation. But today, we have them, and look at our price. We're at just $299.95 for this classic.
Now, our competition, they have similar grade coins. I have to say that they're upwards of $1,000, if you can even find them, for just the same grade that we have here available tonight for $299.95. Another reference to think about is the year 2021 when the United States Mint brought back the Carson City Mint mark on a Morgan Dollar. They only made 175,000 coins that year, and they are selling, we sell that. We sold it out last week for $349.95. Our competition is closer to $500 for those coins. 175,000 were made, sold out very, very quickly. So let's reference the population report for this one. I don't think we got to that just yet. For this exact coin, the 1892, if you look at what NGC and PCGS have put on their census reports combined together, you're looking at only 20,427 as of this point. That is how rare it is.
Well, and that's all coins seen. So again, now NGC, PCGS are independent third-party certification services that the industry uses just to basically qualify the grade or condition of the coin. And every coin they see, they post. So if you look at the last 35 years, that's a lot of years and very few coins. On the other hand, when you look at it compared to, and a number is a number until you compare it to another number. When you look at the lowest minted Carson City, the 1885, because they were part of the GSA sale, which was that sale of Morgan dollars to the American public in the early 1970s, it's higher.
They're looking at about over 56,000 coins have been seen combined by PCGS and NGC for the 1885, the number one, and that one goes for about $1,700 to $1,800.
The 1881, which is the number 2 Carson City, is almost identical to that and almost the exact same reference point for price. So part of that, again, is due to just popularity of low mintages. But the one thing people always forget is when you go to a coin show and you're walking on the floor and you're looking from table to table for the coin that you are looking at, the Great American Coin Hunt, right? The challenge is always finding, 1, the quality, and 2, finding the coin first and then finding the quality second. All this population reports tell us is you don't see 1892s. You see 1885s, you see 1881s, which are a lower mintage, but because none of The 1892s are part of that GSA, whole different story. It's a great classic, second from last year of issue. Again, the Carson City Mint closed their doors in 1893. And if you want to talk about popularity, in 2021, May 24th, the brand new Morgan Dollar program, the 100th anniversary, we were all excited to be part of it, right? 3 minutes is all it took to sell out 175,000 coins. That's today's modern coin. This is a vintage coin from 130 years ago, and it sells for less. Can anybody explain that?
Crazy, crazy, crazy. That's all I have to say. avccoins.com, website's available for ordering if the phone lines are busy, but 24/7, that website is a great resource. Visit us, avccoins.com. For this one in particular, search 905-10744. Beautiful hand-selected circulated piece, 1892, second to last year of issue for the Carson City Morgan Dollar Series. Just 1.3 million made, but just over 20,000. That's a very, very small number. Have been seen and populated, I should say, by NGC and PCGS on their census reports, so extremely, extremely difficult to find. Savings tonight. Our competition is over $900 for this same grade. In fact, the jump to uncirculated on this one is that uncirculated will run you about $4,000 or $5,000. So yeah, it's a very, very special date. So
finding the coin, one, two, the quality, and then the price. And tonight we have it at a wonderful place, $299.95. Now let's take a step back and talk a little bit about the Morgan Dollar, because early issue United States silver coins are tough. Again, remember George Washington melts his silverware to help make the first coins dating back to 1793 when the U.S. Mint opened, right? We have the stories of very low mintages or no dollars whatsoever for our early first 50 years. And then the Comstock lode, the largest silver find in America, is discovered. The Bland, Allison Act is passed to make a new silver dollar with our found resource. And the Morgan Dollar is born. Now, the Morgan Dollar is actually named after George T. Morgan, the designer of this coin. So we have a great story. It was a 28-year run. It is the most popular vintage coin in the history of the U.S. And the Carson City is fabled because it is the only Wild West coin. 30-second clock, please, folks. Join us. Give us a call. Join us online via the web. abccoins.com, once again, is the website. Second to last year of issue, the coveted Carson City from 1892. Very, very few has survived to today in this beautiful condition. Only 20,000 and change have been seen by the biggest grading services out there. But tonight it's available at just $299.95. Hundreds, $700 less than our competition. That is a great savings. It's just an amazing opportunity to get a 130-year-old original vintage Morgan Dollar from the 1800s. And this one just happens to be from Carson City, the oorah of it all.